dream I know, deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
Federal government slashes wage of labor union by 100 billion and labor kicks against it. But before I proceed with this news, welcome to Reality Latest. This is your home of news and politics. Thank you all so much for joining us on today's news. If this is your first time of watching, please do us a favor to like, share, and also turn notification bell to get notified when next we drop our video. You can send in your comments and keep the conversation lively in our comment section. To all our amazing subscribers, thank you all so much for staying tuned with us. To all our viewers, feel relaxed, enjoy, and stay connected. Labor Union lambasted the federal government for slashing the supplementary budgetary allocation for wage award to federal civil servants by 100 billion, warning that this was not the agreement they had with the government. The data obtained from the newly revised 2023 supplementary budget indicated that the government swapped the controversial 5 billion presidential yacht vote for Navy badges, increased the budget for defense from 476.54 billion to 546.21 billion, and earmarked 20 billion as capital supplementation for the National Intelligence Agency. The recent approved 2.1 trillion naira 2023 supplementary budget was marred with controversy following the discovery of seemingly extravagant item, forcing an amendment by the National Assembly. But in the proposed document, the 4 months wage award was to cost the federal government around 210 billion. The approved and newly revised document showed that it would now cost the federal government about 110 billion. Also, in the revised budget, the Ministry of Defense budget rose from 476.54 billion to 546.21 billion, indicating an additional allocation of 69.67 billion. Under the ministry, the Nigerian Navy, which was earlier caught up in the controversial 5.095 billion for the purchase of the presidential yacht, got an additional 25 billion to its total allocation. So the total allocation rose from 62.8 billion in the proposed supplementary budget to 87.8 billion in the approved document. It was also observed that the presidential yacht was replaced by the purchase of a self-propelled barge with the same amount of 5.095 billion. Self-propelled barges are cargo-carrying vessels specifically engineered for operation on inland waterways. The Nigerian Navy also got extra allocation for the construction of 2 buildings in Enugu and Ebonyi worth 3 billion each. About 19 billion was also allocated for the purchase of 2 tugboats, which are used to pull or push other large ships for maneuvering or salvaging purpose. The Defense Intelligence got an extra 30 billion to their allocation from 17.04 billion in the proposed document to 47.04 billion in the approved copy. It was further observed that the allocation that was given to the National Security Advisor, headed by Nuhu Ribadu, increased by 20.3 billion from 29.7 billion to 50.02 billion. The purchase of official vehicles for the office of the First Lady, valued at 1.5 billion, remained in the budget, while the education loan fund for funding student loan was increased to 10 billion from 5.5 billion previously allotted. Now let's go back to Labor Union. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared during his Independence Day speech that low-grade workers in the federal civil service will be awarded a wage of 25,000. But later the amount was increased to 35,000 following discussion with the organized labor union. But now, the civil servants receive a single payment of 35,000 for September only and not for 2 months as promised by federal government. Commenting on the development, the Assistant General Secretary, Nigeria Labour Congress, Chris Onyeka, said that the agreement for the government is to raise the wage of the federal civil servants and not to reduce them. So are they saying that they cut down the wage award by 100 billion? They have been talking about the high cost of governance, and they decided to reduce the bill by cutting down their numerous aides and assistants. That is all right, but if it is that they don't want to pay workers what they are supposed to pay, then there is a problem. How can they subject workers to further reduction in their salaries? They agreed to a wage award of 35,000 to all federal workers. So the wage award has to increase. Also speaking, the head of information of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Benson Opar, said that they were not informed before this was done. And this behavior is not inconsistent with the psychology of this government. The Trade Union Congress also warned the federal government against playing games with the wage award for Nigerian workers. The National Deputy President, Tommy Etim, said that the government cannot play games with the wage award because there was an agreement reached with the organized labor, and the instrument of agreement reached was deposited in the court. So the government is the manager of funds, and their business is to ensure compliance to the agreement so that it can be reached. Effort to get presidency to speak on why the award was reduced was unsuccessful, as officials contacted at the Villa could not provide any explanation at that time of filing this report. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had, during his Independence Day speech, assured Nigeria that low-grade workers in the federal civil service would be awarded a provisional wage increase of 25,000 for the next 6 months. And the amount was increased to 35,000 following the discussion with the organized labor organization. And this led to an increase of the wage bill to 315 billion. And that agreement made the organized labor to suspend their proposed nationwide strike for 30 days following the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with the federal government. But the Nigeria Labour Congress President Joe Ajaero said that the union would revisit the agreement if the federal government failed to fight their demand. So with the accelerated inflation rate in Nigeria, workers had urged the federal government to give them fair compensation. At that time, they planned to review the minimum wage in Nigeria. Workers who spoke to us lamented that escalating inflationary pressures were taking a serious toll on their finances, eroding their purchasing power. While some said that the economic situation is becoming unbearable because most of the prices of food in the market had increased. The amount they spend weekly on transport fare to the office has tripled. And though Lagos state government promised some palliative, but I'm not sure that other workers in other states are receiving that also. So guys, let me know your thoughts, your contributions, your opinions are in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Let's keep the conversation lively in our comment section. But if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page yet, please do us a favor to like and subscribe and also share. Don't forget to turn the notification bell to get notified when next we drop our video, because I'm sure you don't want to miss out on the trending and latest news happening on social media. Once again, thank you all so much for staying tuned with us. We really do appreciate. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. Till I come your way next, stay safe guys. Bye.